What's going on, y'all? Sean of Math Swap Tutoring coming at you with another SAT type math problem. I have not looked at the answer. I'm just going to solve it right here. So let's see what it says. It says, if written in the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers, what is a? Okay. And so you have this expression here, 8 minus I, and then 3 minus 2i. So if it's written in this form, a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers, what is a? So in other words, we need to rewrite this in this form, a plus bi, where you have a real part and an imaginary part. So we are dealing with imaginary numbers, and if you remember, all an imaginary number is something where you have like the square root of -1, which is equal to I. Okay. So let's see what we can do. So now, I haven't done one of these in a while, but I do remember that a lot of times whenever you want to um, get rid of something like with an imaginary number, then you multiply it. When you want to get rid of an imaginary part, you multiply it by its complex conjugate, which is going to be, so if this is 3 minus 2i down here, and we want to move this, get rid of it, then we're going to multiply it by 3 plus 2i. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both the top and the bottom. So let me rewrite this. So I'm going to multiply by 3 plus 2i, top and bottom. So we're going to FOIL this out. Let me do the bottom first. And this is when you want to get rid of the imaginary part, really. All right, so 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 2i is, 3 times 2i is going to be a plus 6i. Inner is going to be negative 2i times 3 is going to be minus 6i. And then last is going to be negative 2i times 2i is going to be a negative 4i squared. I squared is going to be -1. So that's going to be plus 4. Let me make sure. Negative 2 times 2 is -4. And then that's going to be -1. So plus 4. Good. Now let's do this stuff up top. Let me get a drink of coffee. All right. So 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 2i is 16i plus 16i minus 3i. Negative I times 2i is going to be negative 2i squared, which is going to be plus 2. Okay, if you notice these here cancel, and then 9 plus 4 is 13. Then here you have 24 plus 2 is 26. Then 16i minus 3i is going to be plus 13i. Okay. And so then finally, 26. So each of these is being divided by 13. 26 over 13 is just 2 plus, and then 13i over 13 is just I. So if it's written, this is written now in this form. So that means the real part A is equal to 2. Now let me just go here and confirm, because I didn't look at the solution before I solved this. And the value is 2. Good. All right. Let me know if you got this. Not bad, but you do have to remember a little bit about how these things work with imaginary numbers, and you need to remember complex conjugate. Okay. Pretty easy. Let me know how you do.